Welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today we are going to talk everything Cricut. So what can you make and sell with your Cricut machines, whether it is the Cricut die cutting machines, or maybe you have the Cricut Mug Press, or even the Cricut Explorer 3. So we're going to go over all of these things today. So let's go ahead and dive right in. As you guys can see, there is a variety of items, and I don't even have everything you can make here. This is just a few things that you can make with your Cricut machines. Now, this is not just for sale. Whether you're making these for friends or family or yourself, you could definitely make all of these. But if you're looking to start a business, the Cricut Explorer 3, the Cricut Maker 3, as well as the Cricut Joy, the Cricut Mug Press, the Cricut Easy Presses, all of these things are great for small businesses, especially if you're getting on Etsy or little things like that. So let's go ahead and start off with our bigger die cutting machine. So you have the Cricut Explorer 3 as well as the Cricut Maker 3. So everything that you see here today, you can make with both of these machines here, as well as you could make items like this, like tote bags, bigger t-shirts, hoodies, things like that. You could do signs. You could even do bigger signs like this. Whether you're making the big welcome signs for your house, these can do super long cuts. So with these newer model machines, you no longer need a mat. You can use a mat, but you can actually use Cricut Smart Materials without a mat to cut really long designs. So whether you guys are going to be making the big long signs or, like I said, a welcome sign, things like this, these guys are going to be perfect. So with both of these machines, you can do things like tumblers and cups and keychains. You can do t-shirts, you could do baby bodysuits like this. Lots of different things you could do with both of these. Now, if you want to go a little bit further outside of HTV, iron-on, vinyl, cardstock, you could do some felts with this, some fabrics using a backing you could do with these. You could also do wood veneer, which is a super, super thin wood you could do with these as well. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you would go up to the Cricut Maker 3, and this one right here is going to do super long cuts as well, so everything the Cricut Explorer 3 can do, but it's going to cut felt without a backing. It's going to cut fabric without a backing, and it's going to cut thicker woods. So you could cut like balsa and things like that to create wooden airplanes, keychains, Christmas ornaments, all sorts of different things. Now, also aside of that, you can do some engraving, you can do some etching, as well as like perforated lines where you could do little tear lines for cardstock. Lots of different things that you could do with the Cricut Maker 3. So this is going to up just a little bit further. So if you have a business and you guys are wanting to do anything with wood or engraving, highly recommend you go straight for the Cricut Maker 3. Now, both of these can do print and cut, so you can do stickers and all of those things as well. So this is perfect if you're making planners or you're going to have a sticker business. These guys are going to be great. So both of them have the print and cut feature. Both of them use a blue mat, pink mat, green mat, which are for, the green mat is standard, your blue is going to be light grip, and then your pink would be for fabric. You also have a purple one for the Cricut Maker 3. You can also load it in here for your wood and things like that. So both of these machines are going to be great for starting out a business. As you guys can see here, we have hats, we have Christmas ornaments, all sorts of different things. Now, for the Cricut Joy, if you guys are wanting to do smaller things, so whether you're wanting to add quotes on coffee mugs using adhesive vinyl, you're wanting to make some keychains like this. Let me go ahead and show you guys a couple of these, like this one right here with a rainbow. Maybe you want to personalize them. You could actually do these with your Joy. You don't have to have a bigger die cutting machine. That guy's going to be perfect. You're able to do tumblers like this. This design right here you can make with the Cricut Joy. You're able to, like I said, add quotes on coffee mugs, and you can also do baby bodysuits like this. So you can actually cut all of this out with your Cricut Joy. And the Cricut Joy is going to do super long cuts. So if you guys are wanting to do car decals, you want something that goes across the back window or around the side of the car, almost like the pinstripes, you can do all of that with the Cricut Joy. You could do labels. So it actually has a smart vinyl label that you could get this pin to make labels for your sugar and flour, all of your spices, whether you're organizing your office and things like that. That little guy is going to be perfect for you. If you're a teacher and you're traveling, that guy is going to be perfect for the classroom because you can cut cardstock and things like that too with it. As well as if you had a small business and you worked at, say, for example, a fair or little small events, you could do cheer bows right on the spot and personalize those. You could do Christmas ornaments, you could do keychains and all of those things to personalize them right there on the spot. So that guy's going to travel with you very well because you can actually use your phone app and your phone to use the Cricut Joy. So you can actually just take your phone with you, your Cricut Joy, and you're good to go. You can make onesies on the spot to personalize those, like these bodysuits you've seen where they personalize the last name right down the side here. You could do those as well. We have tons of font to choose from. That would be perfect for something like that. But like I said, lots of different things you could do: iron-on, vinyl, cardstock, tons of different things with that Cricut Joy that you could actually do with these bigger machines in smaller format. So you may not necessarily need something this big to start out, or it may be an addition. So maybe you own the Cricut Explorer 3 and you want to add on your Cricut Joy for taking it to the kitchen, taking it and crafting in your bedroom, or maybe traveling to the cabin, or doing the fairs and all that kind of stuff. So it may be an addition to one of these machines here. Now, alongside these machines here, you have the Cricut Mug Press where you're able to sublimate mugs. So you don't have to just use Cricut Infusible ink with the Mug Press. That's a question we get all of the time. You can sublimate. So if you have a sublimation printer like a Sawgrass or an Epson, you can use your Cricut Mug Press. What's amazing about the Mug Press is you don't have to set your temp or time. You turn it on. Once it beeps, it's ready to go. You're going to place your design on your mug, place it in your Mug Press, close it. Once it beeps, open it up, set it aside. You're good to go. Once again, this would be great for the fair, events that you can take right on the spot, personalized mugs, make somebody a mug right on the spot. So that would be amazing, and you can use that alongside, take a little printer with you, or already have pre-made designs. And once you do your sublimation, you can then take your Cricut Joy and apply adhesive vinyl and personalize the name as well. So lots of different things that you could do with this, but once again, you could definitely do sublimation with it as well. Now the Cricut Mug Press can do 11-ounce mugs. They're either 11 or 12-ounce mugs and 15-ounce mugs, and you can use other brands. You don't have to just use the Cricut brand mugs. You could definitely purchase them from places like JP Plus, Heat Press Nation. You can get them from Condi, lots of different places that sell your mugs. Now Cricut has made it super easy for us because before you could never go in store and purchase anything sublimation. Now you can actually go into Michael's, Target, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, all of those places, and you can purchase your sublimation items, whether it's mugs, t-shirts, the keychains, the coasters, all sorts of different items they have for sublimation, tote bags, pillowcases. But the coffee mugs, they come in small boxes like this, or you could get them in bulk. And really, they're not bad at all. Now, another question I do get all the time is, can you sublimate Dollar Tree mugs? And the answer is no, especially the ones that are going to be, curved like this. Those will not fit in the Cricut Mug Press. But on top of that, they do not have a special sublimation coating, so you can't use those in the Mug Press. But you could definitely use other brands, whether they're the same size. But you can definitely sublimate the 11, 12, and 15-ounce mugs using the Cricut Mug Press. Now, as for the Cricut Easy Press, you're going to be able to make t-shirts, tote bags. You could definitely, like the smaller little mini Easy Press, you can use those to make the baby bodysuits. So you can still use iron-on with the little mini guy and still pull that off. So if you're just doing iron-on every once in a while and it's a small project, just get that little guy. It's like $45, $49. Alongside with that Joy would be a perfect combo. Now, if you are going to purchase a Cricut Easy Press, I always recommend the 9x9. If you're going to get one, for example, I own all three, so you have 6x7, 9x9, and the 10x12. I always recommend the 9x9 because it's your middle guy. It can do the baby bodysuits as well as 2X t-shirts. You're just going to press it a few times, and it's really not going to take long at all. Now, if you were getting into a business, you may want to get the 10x12 right away, so that way you could just hit it with one press because time is money. So that's something that I recommend. Now, if you were only doing baby bodysuits, youth t-shirts, and things like that, highly recommend that you get the 6x7. Now, alongside your using this, like I said, you could make tote bags. So For your small businesses, you could have a mug business. So maybe you just want to invest in mugs, get yourself some bulk mugs. You can buy glitter mugs. There's lots of different ones. You could purchase color changing mugs, and you could solely have a mug business. So you could get yourself a few designs. For example, here at Design Bundles, we sell lots of SVGs, PNGs, as well as patterns. So for example, you could buy this entire bundle of patterns. We have a video here on the channel for it, and you're going to be able to make a variety. You could change the color of the backgrounds and make a variety of these mugs here and have a whole business based around that one set of patterns. You could definitely do phone cases and things like that as well, because you can sublimate your phone cases with your Cricut Easy Presses. So Cricut Easy Press does go up to, make sure it's the #2 model. The first model does not go up to 400 degrees. The second model does go up. So all of them, 6x7, 9x9, 10x12, you can sublimate, whether it's a t-shirt, tote bag, pillowcases, phone cases, keychains, you can sublimate with the Cricut Easy Press. So if that's something that you've been looking to get into, you could definitely do that. You could start an entire business for phone cases. That was huge in 2020, and it's still obviously something that is very huge, but you could get a pattern, like I said, and go a whole line of phone cases. We also have a video like that here on the channel. We'll try to link it above or down below to show you how to start an entire business with phone cases. You could have an entire business with your keychains as well. So maybe you just want to make keychains. You could definitely be successful just making these keychains. So if you wanted to start a business that was super affordable, you could get yourself some blanks, these hardware, make keychains all day long with great profit and turnaround. The mugs as well is going to be great profit, the phone cases and things like that. Now another one is the t-shirt business is very big, so maybe you want to use some of our SVGs. We've got lots of bundles. For example, we have sarcastic ones, holiday ones, dad, mom, best friends, weddings, bachelor parties, birthday parties, lots of different ideas that you could go for creating your business around t-shirts. Maybe you just want to do some baby bodysuits and personalize those and put the kiddos' names on them, like I said, and that would be your business. Another thing that you can do is you can make Christmas ornaments. So one of those trendy things around the holiday is creating the webcam ornaments here, which we have a video on this here on the channel, once again, up above or down below, to show you how to make these. But you could have a business around Christmas ornaments as well, whether you're sublimating or whether you are adding adhesive vinyl. Another thing is you could do hats as well. You could have a little hat business. Now for these hats, if you don't have a hat press, Cricut currently does not have, and we're talking about Cricut today. So what I would do is flip this guy inside out like this, line up my Cricut pad here, and I would actually use the mini Cricut Easy Press to apply for the hats. So you can definitely do hats as well with the Cricut Mini Easy Press and alongside your Cricut die cutting machines. You could do these hats as well with the mini Cricut Joy. So that's another thing. Once again, tumblers, you know, adding an entire pattern wrap on it like this, or maybe, you know, something like this, or maybe even the one down here. I think maybe it's over here. You know, the Starbucks cups that everybody does and fully wraps those. You can do those as well. So you can do signs, like I said. So maybe it's small signs, bathroom, kitchen, decor like this, or maybe even once again, adding them like this, welcome signs, the big wood round signs. The possibilities are endless when it comes to creating a business using your Cricut machine. I hope you guys found some inspiration for starting your business in 2022, or maybe you're watching this in 2023, etc. I hope this inspires you to start your very own small business, whether it's making stickers for planners, making mugs, or a t-shirt. I really hope this inspires you in some sort of way to get started. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.